Hey everyone, welcome back. So you sent in some really cool stuff about Maria, and we're excited to dig into this with you.
Yeah.
We talked last time about how she found her own path to success, right?
Right.
And now we get to see how she kind of pays it forward.
Yeah. And it's awesome to see.
Yeah, it is.
What I think is really interesting here is that she doesn't just jump into some huge,
Right.
complex thing right off the bat.
Yeah?
She starts small,
Yeah.
right, in her own community
Yeah.
with these free workshops
Oh, cool.
on things like personal development and financial literacy.
But very grassroots.
Super grassroots. Yeah.
So she's giving people practical tools and not just inspiration.
Yeah.
Was that a plan, or did that just kind of happen?
I think it was pretty deliberate.
Okay.
A lot of empowerment programs, I think, focus on motivation.
Uh-huh.
But Maria seems to get that people need a solid foundation
Yeah.
before they can build towards big dreams.
Right.
So the workshops kind of provide that, and they were open to everyone.
So smart. You need to know how to budget before you can, start a business.
Exactly.
Did she bring in experts from outside the community to teach these?
That's where it gets even more interesting.
Oh.
She brought in former students,
Wow.
people who had been through similar struggles
Oh, wow.
and came out, on the other side.
So people they could relate to.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And one of the most powerful stories from these workshops is Carlos's story.
Okay.
A few years ago, he was homeless.
Oh, wow.
And with Maria's support and you know what he learned?
Yeah.
He not only got back on his feet,
Yeah.
but he earned a scholarship to community college.
That's incredible. From homelessness to college.
It is.
Wow.
Now he's studying law.
Oh, my gosh.
And his message to students is so powerful. No matter how tough things get,
Yeah.
there's always a way forward.
I love that.
But what's even more impressive is how this early success with the workshops
Yeah.
really snowballed.
Okay.
Maria would face some real challenges later on.
Right.
But this period was all about building momentum.
Okay, so how did things grow from there?
Well, local businesses and organizations started to see what she was doing.
Uh-huh.
They saw the impact and wanted to be a part of it.
Right.
So sponsorships came in.
Cool.
More scholarships were offered.
Wow.
And suddenly this small community thing turned into this robust support system for the students.
It really did become a village.
Yeah, it did.
But with that growth, I imagine things also got more complex.
Absolutely. And that's where things start to get a little tricky for Maria.
Uh-oh.
You see, this early success was great,
Yeah.
but Maria would soon face some roadblocks
Right.
that would force her to fight even harder for the people she was trying to help.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to have to wait till next time to hear more about that.
Yeah, we are.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
See you next time.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest hurdles was budget cuts. These
Oh.
programs that were
Yeah.
helping these students were suddenly...
on the chopping block.
Yeah,
Oh, man. That must have been a huge blow.
he was.
So many people relying on those programs.
Right.
I imagine that could have stopped Maria in her tracks.
It could have.
What did she do?
But Maria, she's not one to back down.
Right.
She realized that if she wanted to save these programs,
Yeah.
she needed to get her community involved.
Okay, so what did that look like? Did she just start calling people?
She went all in.
Wow.
We're talking petitions, raising awareness, speaking at town halls.
Oh, wow.
She became a huge advocate
Yeah.
for these students and the resources they needed.
You mentioned town halls.
Yeah.
Was that intimidating for her?
I mean, this is a woman who started with small workshops,
Or
and now she's going up against
people in power?
the people in charge, right?
Yeah.
It probably was intimidating.
Yeah.
But she knew what was at stake.
Yeah. And you can tell, her passion really shines through.
Yeah.
In one speech, she said,
Okay.
we can't just talk about equality.
Right.
We have to invest in it.
Wow.
And that really resonated with people. And remember,
Yeah.
she'd already built up so much goodwill.
Right, from the workshops and all the good things that happened.
Exactly.
So she wasn't just some outsider coming in
Oh, right.
and demanding things.
No, she was a trusted member of the community.
And did her efforts pay off?
They did.
Oh.
She got the funding
Awesome.
to keep those programs going.
So it wasn't just about the immediate impact,
No, it wasn't.
but it sent a message hey,
Yeah.
investing in these students is important.
It's a priority, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of success,
It doesn't go unnoticed.
it
This
doesn't.
wasn't a local story anymore.
Not anymore.
How did that transition happen? Did people start reaching out to her?
You could say that.
Uh.
She started getting invitations
Oh, wow.
to speak at these national conferences.
Wow.
about education and social justice.
It's amazing.
Right? Her work.
Yeah.
That started so small.
With those workshops was now being seen.
By the whole country.
I think that's so cool.
It really shows you the power of just authentic, grassroots leadership.
Yeah.
She didn't set out to be some national figure,
Right.
but her commitment to her community really connected with people everywhere.
And it wasn't just about her personal story either, right?
Right.
She had real things to say about making education accessible for students from low-income backgrounds.
Exactly. She wasn't just inspiring.
No.
She was practical.
Okay.
Like she talked about the need for more than just financial aid.
Right.
Like mentorship programs, guidance counseling, and creating a sense of belonging.
It's about creating like a whole support system.
Exactly.
So was that the focus of her work nationally then?
It was a big part of it.
Okay.
She launched national initiatives
Oh, wow.
that did just that.
Provided mentorship and guidance and financial support to students all over the country.
And remember that foundation she started?
I do.
That was small at first.
Yeah.
It grew a lot.
It does.
And they were able to fund scholarships for thousands of students.
Thousands.
That's incredible.
Yeah, from small workshops to national impact.
Maria's story is really something else.
It is.
But with all this success and attention,
Right.
did she ever lose sight of those individuals
So that's a good question.
that she started with?
And that brings us to something really important.
Okay.
Her definition of success.
So what did success look like to Maria?
Well, I don't think it was about like awards or anything. For her, success was about the lives she touched, the communities she changed.
That makes sense.
In one interview, she said, the greatest reward is seeing someone who thought they had no options find their path and thrive.
That really sums it up.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like Carlos's story.
Totally.
Like things could have been so different for him if he hadn't met Maria.
Exactly. And from that one connection, she built something amazing.
That's impacting so many lives.
Thousands.
It makes you think like, what kind of impact could we have?
What kind of ripple effects?
Right, in our own lives.
Yeah.
If we have that same mindset.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be national.
No.
Like it could be our families.
Our workplaces.
Our neighborhoods.
Right. Our communities.
So you're saying
I think so.
we can all be Marias in our own way.
I think we can.
I like that.
Think about it.
Okay.
What skills or resources can we offer?
Right.
Even just encouragement.
Yeah.
It might seem small.
Yeah.
But it could make a huge difference.
It takes the pressure off, like having all the answers or,
Yeah, you don't need a huge initiative.
starting some big thing.
Yeah, just look around and ask, who can I help?
How can I contribute?
Exactly.
And that's what I find so inspiring about her story.
Me too.
It's not just about her,
Yeah.
but about the invitation.
Yeah, like we can all be part of something bigger than ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's bring this back to you, our listener.
Yes.
What stood out to you most about Maria's journey?
What really resonated?
Was it the power of education to change lives?
The importance of support systems.
Or the idea that, like, small actions can have a big impact?
Right. Those ripple effects.
We hope her story inspired you to make a difference in your own way.
In your own corner of the world.
Remember, you don't need a platform or anything
You don't?
to empower others.
Nope.
Just be willing to share what you have,
Exactly.
whether it's your time
Your skills.
or just believing in someone.
That's where it starts.
That's a great place to end it.
It is.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We'll see you next time.
For another deep dive